Hello everyone, my name is Vishnu and my team and I have developed a accessible website for employment first as part of our assistive technologies project at ASU. Employment First is a client and they work at the grassroots level to help and support individuals with disabilities by providing them resources and tools to encourage them and get employment. So, through this project, we want to showcase the possibilities uh, of an accessible website, and perhaps make some contribution towards the official Employment First website. Some of the features that we have developed are uh, as follows. So, one of the most important aspects of any website, especially the one which provides resources, is readability. And we found the Inter UI font family, which is specifically designed for user interfaces which focuses on high legibility. And even though most platforms today have have their own screen readers for people who are visually impaired, we decided to implement our own custom screen reader for two reasons. One, for some reason, if the platform screen reader does not work, there is a backup. And two, we wanted to try something new. We wanted to learn something, so we implemented a custom screen reader ourselves using the web speech synthesis API. And also for people who generally prefer listening over reading, a custom screen reader can be useful for that purpose as well. Then comes navigation. Navigating a website is extremely critical to how useful it is. And for those who find using a mouse difficult, or who have limb impairment and can't use the mouse, we decided to provide voice commands as a feature. So what the user has to do is basically give simple voice commands such as click on contact us or scroll to bottom, and using that voice command, uh, the page will respond and either navigate or scroll to a particular section of the page. While doing our research, we found that certain uh, people with developmental disabilities and with visual impairness find it easy if they have control over the font size of the website. So we decided to focus on that feature and add it so that people can control the font size that they are most comfortable at. We also focused on color scheme. Color blindness is one of the most common uh, impairments, and uh, also for autism, there is a particular set of colors which helps the user read without feeling stressed. So we focused on color scheme as well to make the website even more accessible. Now, before we go to the demo, let me talk about a couple of more features that we have implemented. So for those who can't use a mouse, or have limb impairments, or are paralyzed below the neck, we decided to provide a way such that they can use their head movements to control the mouse. And to mimic a particular switch, we have used a keyboard, but uh, you can imagine using a switch along with this to be able to navigate the website. The way this works is, as you can see in this image, you provide a particular color scheme, and you just take that piece of paper, colored paper, on the specs, and we'll see how that is useful to navigate on or use the mouse movements on the website. The reason you see four different colors over here, or the four different shades of magenta over here, is because in different lighting conditions, the color that we have configured for the website to use to detect might change. So having a tool in some sense set up in this way helps us tackle that problem. Now, for those people who don't have specs or goggles with this particular color setup, we have also added face tracking, which does similar things, but you have to move your head a little more in order to control the mouse. Now we'll look at that as well in the demo. So let's jump to the demo and see all these features. So this is our website that we have developed for Employment First. The reason the background is yellow is specifically for people with autism. Our research shows that having a yellowish background helps them read. Alright, so we won't focus a lot on the content of the website. We'll focus on the assistive technology aspect of it. And right away, we'll start with voice commands to see how you can navigate a website. So for voice command, you can use a switch to indicate that you are going to give a command. But in our case, we have just kept it to a spacebar. So let's see. Click on Contact Us. There you go. Click on About. Scroll to bottom. Scroll to top. Click on Home. So using simple voice commands like that, you can navigate the entire website with just one switch. Let's look at some other features. So first, the easy one, the font size. So if you want to change the font size, you just press the plus or minus button depending on your requirements. And as you can see, the structure of the website still remains intact, but you can read the text much better. So let's bring that down. Alright, now let's look at screen reader. This is still in developmental phase. There are some glitches, but basically it should work. So I don't know if you were able to listen to that, but basically depending on the element, if it has text, once you hover on the text, it will read out that particular text. And for buttons, we have specifically added some context. For example, if you happen to hover over resources, it will give more context, as in it might say click on this to see resources for certain roles. Now the issue with this is that since we are enabling this for hover, sometimes it reads the text multiple times. So that's the only glitch that we need to fix, but overall the feature works as demonstrated. Alright, on-screen keyboard is something that we're still working on and is not completely developed, so we won't look at that for now. Let's look at color tracking. So when you toggle it on and allow the browser to use your camera, so you see a control over here. Basically there are some guides over here where depending on in which box this red color, in which quadrant the red color box is, which you will be controlling using the magenta color on the goggles, you will be able to see the mouse movement. And then since we don't have a switch, we are using the keyboard. You can press C to click at a particular point, and you can press R to reset the position of the mouse back to this location. So I'm gonna put on the goggles. You won't be able to see the goggles in work, but you can see how it works. Alright, so now it's detecting the magenta color on my goggles, and I want to go and click let's say testimonials. So I'm gonna move to the right, I'm gonna go back to the center, go up, and I went to up, and there you go, and I press C to click. Now let's say I want to go to contact us page. So once again I will try and focus in the right zone. So even though so depending on the lighting conditions, this may be efficient or a bit inefficient, but overall, with some practice, a user can figure out how to use this. Alright, let's look at resources and let's go to family page. With some practice, the user can control the mouse much better. So yeah, and the lighting condition right now is not great, so but you get the idea how you can use this feature. Alright, so now let's toggle this off and look at the face tracking feature. Alright, so similarly in this case you're going to use your face. Now let's go to the right, stop over there, go up. I want to go to about, let's say, so I will go to the left. All I'm doing is moving my head and controlling the mouse, and now I'll just press C and it will click. So yeah, that's it. That's basically how you use your face or a particular color to use the control for the mouse. So those were some of the features that we have implemented to make the website even more accessible. And apart from that, we have also made sure that we use semantic HTML so that the platform screen readers are able to read in a logical fashion. We also so just to demonstrate how the uh, semantic semantic HTML helps. If you are able to use tab, you would see that it goes in a logical order. It does not jump from one element to other. It goes in a logical order, and you can easily navigate the website. So that's it. Some of the content that is available on this website, we can just look at that. We have the about page, testimonials page. You can go to a particular testimonial. Some of the content is not the final content, it's just demo content because our focus was on the website. And yeah, all right. Yeah, and we provided a calendar so that people who are interested in a particular events can look at those to attend for more information. So that's about it. Let's go back over here. We conducted some audit using Chrome, and we had a pretty good score on accessibility. Some of the things that we can't control are iframes that are used for the calendar that we have embedded, and there are some things that we need to check manually that we have already done based on some user testing amongst the team. And we are following most of the best practices that we could. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you.